one second. Look, you're taking the model from the modeler. 3D modeler is giving you the model, 3D model. So what are the things you will have to check? I'll tell you. Yeah. Yes. Now, yeah, yeah, that is rigorous. It is not job. See, anyway, the modeler team will be there, their department head will be there, he is going to look at it. But as a rigger, you are going to see water. You will not see the okay. This character should look little angry, no. This character should look little smiley, no. No, not those kind of aspects. You will see. You will see whatever shape he has done, whatever attitude the character is showing. That doesn't matter for you. How the character is constructed, that is all matters for you. So suppose the character is having hat and the modeler has modeled it not separate but along with the head only, then it is a problem for you, because a rigger needs a hat separate, because suppose if that character while in animation is going to remove his hat, okay, how will he animate? If it is continuous model along with the head, if the mesh is so continuous and the cap is also one single model, then how can the character, the animator will remove the hat mesh from the head? So those things you will have to, right? Now, that is why I'm calling it advanced, okay? But still, you will at least, if I tell you the from 1 to 100, you will at least reach 1 to 25. For that sake only I'm telling. I don't know whether it's going to be a waste or really is going to matter for you. So, first thing what you have to check, whether the model is symmetry or not. So whether the mesh is symmetry or not. Symmetry means that is when I go to front viewport, I told you no that that is the middle line should be straight. See, if I'm in edit mode, I selected the model, I'm in edit mode now, and in edge mode. Now I'll press Alt and then click on any one edge and select and see the middle edge loop, and it is okay, it is looped only, okay, fine, and it is straight also. In front view I am able to see it is straight, it is not having any curvature in the middle or anywhere, right? That is one thing. And then you see it should also be symmetrical. See here, you can see the length here on the right side, you can see it is 0.177. On the left side you see it is 0.11. You see that? Yeah. So this is not symmetrical. This model is not symmetrical. So we have to make it symmetrical. But I will tell you these things in advance, because that is not the rigger's job, it is the modeler's job. They have to do that. Though you are going to point out this and tell him, but still it is his job. It is another lesson. I have to teach you how to do it. So I will go into the rigging only, so that we do not divert from the rigging. So this model is not, though this model is not symmetrical, because we downloaded it from Google. That is some website, I don't remember this, long time back I downloaded this. So because it is simple and nice, I downloaded it. Only thing, it is not symmetrical. So in another class or little advanced, I will show you how to do the symmetry. So now we'll go into the rigging. So I'm going to make this, that is lay the bones here. As I told you, that is 3 parts for any character: torso, head and limbs, right? So limbs cover up these wings and then legs, and then head, you already know that, and then torso starts from the neck to the tail. If human character, there is no tail. For birds and animals, there is tail. Now I'm going to add, and then armature single bone. So now when I take the single bone, I am in object mode only. I have to move this and keep it where you know that is at the hip area, because that is the pivot point of for any character. Most of the animals, especially birds and humans, it is the pivot point. That is where if I keep my hand and want to grab him, that is um, a working point. That is, from there we can actually pull him, grab him. The entire body will also come. So there I am keeping this, this starting bone. I will go into edit mode and select the tail. So you are aware of this fact, right? That is, this is the tail where the bone is tapering. Yeah, this is the body and this is the head. No, this is not the head. See, this is the head. Okay, so yeah, so where the bone is not tapered like this, see, it is not tapered, it is not shrinked, it is a broader. So that part is a head, right? So this part is a tail, and this part is a body. Okay, right. Body, tail, and then head. Okay, right. So now I'm going to keep this here. Okay, this is okay. I'm keeping this. This is abdo bone, abdomen bone. Till here I can keep it, I think. Then, so for torso, from that is for the upper torso, we are going to draw two bones. Okay, one, and then from here another one, neck bone, and then head bone. Right. So like this. Okay. Okay. So let me name this. I'll press F2, abdo, and then neck, head. So here I have to draw another bone. Inside the edit mode only, I will start this. I'll go to single bone, add single bone, and then move it here and place it. And select the tail, and then for tail, two bones I'm going to add. Yeah. So do you see this? We can see the for tail. Do you see this? You are able to see, right? So can you just count it? How many bones are there? So 5 bones, right? So for upper torso, how many bones? 3. So for tail, 2 bones, right? Now, now we are going to name them tail also. This is name. This is name. Right. So for tail 1, tail 2, simple. But name, we should name it. Otherwise, we cannot do the weight painting. That is, after joining the enveloping the mesh and then bone, we have to do something called weight painting process. So in that process, it will show the bone's name only in the vertex groups. So there we have to select the bone, or say vertex group, we can call it vertex group, and then we should start painting it on. So for that, bone name should be there. Otherwise, we cannot, we'll have to depend on the viewport and then go to wireframe, X-ray, all that we have to switch on off, all these games we have to do. So we have to name them and then switch on the names also. I'm switching on the names. Now we can see head, neck, abdo, tail 1, tail 2, all that we are able to see. Right. Now again for the wings also we have to draw the bones. So till now I was drawing the bones in the right orthographic view, right? For the torso I was drawing the bones in the right orthographic. Now for the wings I can actually go to perspective and do it, but still for beginners it is bit difficult to draw the bones in the perspective. So in that case I am going to top view, top orthographic view, and I am in edit mode, and then add single bone, and then I am going to start from the wings source. So this point is a wing source. I am starting the bone from here. Okay, it has come down here. First we have to place the bone and then start extruding it, that is drawing it. So I'll place it in the front viewport somewhere here. So we have to use all the viewports for these kind of, see, wings are not like straight, it is like slanting. If you see in the right side, it is, the angle is like this. Okay, it is not like this. It is not like so definite. It is like indefinite. Okay, so we have to use all the viewports to draw this simple thing, right? So I kept in the right place, I feel. See where the wing is starting, you can see that. You can see this is where is the wing's starting point. Okay, yeah. See, this is where is the wing starting. So I'm drawing here. So one thing we should make sure that the bone is inside the volume of the mesh, not outside the mesh like this. It should be inside the mesh, right? So now I'm going to select the tail of the bone. I'll go to top view and then just stretch it like this. So from here to here, go to front viewport. I told you, in all viewports we have to check and then draw the bones. So I'll go again to top. Okay, now it's somewhat okay. I will switch on the X-ray mode and see how it is in the X-ray. Okay, little like you move it here like this. Fine. Okay, I'll go to top view. Right. So a little more, I have to drown this bone inside the volume as much as possible. It should not go too much also. It should just be placed inside this wing bone. So keeping it like this. Okay, fine, I think it is okay. So in all views I have checked orthographic and perspective. I feel it is okay. Now I'm going to name these guys. I'm selecting the wing bone 1. I'll name it as wing 1. Second one as wing 2. One more thing here. See, because this is symmetrical, right? There is, if you see, torso is only one, right? You have only one head. There is no two heads. Yeah, but you have two hands. You have two eyes. You have two ears. So here also you see two wings are there. So for them, then on the right side also you should you should be able to mirror it, right, in the future. After doing finishing all this left side, you have to mirror this for the right side also. So in Blender you have to name the bones whichever are going to be mirrored. You should name it as wing1 dot L, capital A, wing1 dot L. Yeah. You can see the name. Yeah. So F2 wing2 dot L. Right. So we have named him. Right. Now I'll go to the legs. Yeah. So here add single bone. Again another bone has come. I'll select the head bone. I told you this is the head bone. You should not get confused. This is head bone, this is body, this is tail. Head, body, tail. Okay, so this is very important. Right. Now we are going to place the head and body and the tail of the particular bone wherever it is needed. So I am selecting the head of the bone and then selecting the tail of the bone and placing them wherever it is should be placed for the leg. Right. Now I should not keep this leg bone that is like connected. That day you asked me, they all should get connected, no? They all should be in physically connection or at least in proximity with each other. No need. They should all be placed according to the parts of the bird or character, any character. Not according, they need not always be with joint hands. They need not be. See, if there is a party like BJP or anyone, you see, they will be functioning in one place, another team will be functioning in another place. They need not have any link. But as a whole, they are working. As a whole, they are one single team. That is it. Okay. So it can be like separate. It will not be always physically connected or anything. So now we can see that there is so much gap between the leg bone and then that is, see, you can see this gap. This gap is there. This is right. Okay, there is no problem with it. Right. Fine. Now so I am setting the leg bone. Now I'm going to right and then set it. So these things, no, these things are not descriptive. See, I cannot say little move means you won't be able to understand what is that little. Okay, so that is why these things are not descriptive. I cannot describe it in words. You have to know that. You have to know it. So yeah, only when you are doing, you will understand it. But I am at least recording it so that you can see it in one single video at least. How to lay the bones and then do the envelope. Now, so I am going to name this leg 1 dot L. So this I have named it leg 1 dot L. Sometimes there can be little here or here, there may be some articulation also. That is like this. Okay, like this it can be. But here the mesh is not showing that detail. Unless the mesh is showing that particular detail, no, there should be some bend there, here or somewhere. Unless that, I cannot commit myself to do that. If I do it like this, no, because generally birds will have very small knee. Length of knee will be very less. That is, length of this thighs will be very less, and the leg will be will have height, I think. So, but we cannot see it so prominent. So it is okay to have one single bone only. like that. So mesh should have that detail, that where the leg should bend, where the knee is placed. That detail mesh should have. That is modeler's responsibility to put that, to show that knee portion prominently, so that rigger can do that. Otherwise, it will be a problem. So it is. So in this mesh, it is not there. So I'm just drawing it straight. Right now, I'm going to write orthographic. Now I've placed this is bone and named it also. Now I'll take a sec, and from here only I will extrude. Select the tail of this bone, and then press E and then extrude it. Okay, this is for the front fingers. You can see 3 fingers are there. So for these 3 fingers, I'm just putting one single bone. Okay, it takes long time if I put for every finger 3 bones. For this one 3, this one 3, this one 3. If I put, it will take long time. So I'm just putting one single bone and then naming it as front F finger dot L. Now I'm separating it, Alt P, clear parent. That is, I want this finger not to be in physical connection with the leg. See, it should be separate, independent. It should be separate, independent. Now we are going to duplicate this guy, Shift D, escape, and then symmetrize. Not symmetrize, we can just go to right view and then rotate it or something, or we can, like this we can do, and then keep it here. So this is back finger dot A. So you can see that, right? This is separate, this is separate, and this is separate. This is how it should be. Right. Now we have drawn the deform bones. These are called deform bones. If you want, I will name them D in the beginning. D head, D neck. Okay. So that for the beginners know, you know, okay, D represents the deform. That is those bones which are going to influence the mesh, not anyone else. Only D bones are going to influence, not any other bones. The control bones or rig bones and all, they are not going to influence them. So D. Right. So then also we should add the D. Right. So now seeing all these things are cleanly named. Now let's add the control bones. So let's add now the control bones. So first what we did is we saw whether the mesh is symmetrical or not. Then we drew the bones. Draw D bones. D for deform. Okay. Then now draw control bones. Okay. So for deform bones, deform option should be on in the properties. this for this deform option should be off in the properties. Should be off. Right, let's draw the deform control tools. So first let me start from the head. I will select, I'm in edit mode only, we should do this constructing the bones, adding the bones, manipulating, all that I should do in edit mode. So now I'll go to a right view, right orthographic view, select the head bones, head part, and then press E and then just extrude this. See, if I do this in the perspective, see what is it is like when I drew it, when I went to right orthographic view and selected this portion and then pressed extrude and then extruded it, and if I go to, when I go to perspective, it is straight, it is not like crisscross and all, it is not like this and all, right, it is straight actually. So that is how it should be. I'll delete and show you. If I draw this in the perspective now, see how it is coming. Press E and then extrude it. See how it is. So it should not be like this. That is why we are going to side view and then right. So this one is straight. In the side view, I can see only thing, it is in physically in connection. So this should not be the case. So that every control bone should be separated. Every time when you create this control bone from the deform bones, see these control bones are born out of deform bones only, okay, and they go separate. So I am selecting this control bone, naming it as CTL or CTRL, whatever it is, then space and head bone, head, CTL head. Right. Now press Alt E, clear parent, so that now you see it is separate. Yeah. Okay. So same thing you have to select the for the neck bone also, and then press E in the side viewport and then name him CTL neck, enter. Now press Alt P, clear parent. Now just separate it and see it and then undo it, so that it will come back to the same place. Right. Now this place also we have to do it. So right view, press E and then extrude it, rename it CTL abdo. Now press Alt P, it is already separated. Right. Do you feel any disturbance, like any noise? Let's see. So now we are going to extrude for the tails also. I am selecting the tails head portion and then pressing in the right view only. I am doing all this. Pressing E and then extruding it, selecting it, renaming it CTL tail 1 control. Now press Alt P and then it is already separate. You can see separate. There are no dotted lines. Do you see any dotted lines? No. Do you see any physical connection? Yeah, no. There is neither physical connection. There is nor this dotted lines, offset connection. So right now this guy also we should select. This small ball you are seeing, that also select and then press E and then extrude it. So this is the last bone for the torso. Right now control tail 2. Clear parent. Now we can see there is no connection. So for torso we have created all these groups. These are called, these are torsos. This one, this one, this one on torso controls CT lens. So these are torso controls. Now we are going to do the wings, control for wings. Right. So let's go to wing in the perspective. For this one, I will do in the perspective and make it straight manually only. So I'm selecting the wings head portion and just keeping the perspective angle like this and pressing E and then extruding it, and selecting and renaming it CTL space wing 1 dot L because they are symmetrical. So it is free, it is renamed, as well as it is renamed with dot L because it's this side, right side also is going to come. When you give this dot L indication, it's a kind of indication for the Blender software. When you type this dot L, no, Blender will immediately read it and then it will wait for us to apply this symmetrize bones. There is an option called symmetrize bones. So it will just wait for us to apply that symmetrize bones. When you are doing that applying that symmetrize bones option, immediately it will replace this dot L with dot R. So that is the indication for the Blender to change it to dot R. By itself it will rename it. We don't have to duplicate it or mirror symmetrize it and then press F2 and then go to rename dot, remove the dot L and then type dot R. No, we need not do all that by itself. But for that you have to put this dot L. If you are not putting this dot L, Blender won't do this symmetrize. Symmetrize will not work. That option will not work. You have to put that dot L, whether it is small or caps or whatever. Right. Now I'm selecting this wing 2 bones head part and then press E and then extrude it. Now we have done this extrusion. Now press Alt T, clear parent, rename it as CTL and then wing 2 bone. Now we can see it is free from the physical connection or any connection. This is also free from the connection. Right. Now so for the wings we have done this. So these are the wing bones, wing controls. So these are wing controls. Now we are going to do for the legs also. For leg, you see, for a bone, no, when we draw a bone, at the end of the bone, this control bone will be there. At the end of this bone, see, at the end of this bone, a control will be there. Yeah. So like this. Here also you see at the end of this bone a control will be there. So here there is no control. So this is how we should draw it. That is, the control should be placed at the feet of this bone. Okay, though I have named it control head, it is actually going to control the neck bone also. It will control the head as well as the neck. This will control the abdo as well as the neck. So like that is. So when you are doing this, you will understand, but still I have to tell you. So here for the legs also we are going to do the same thing. That is, here at the end of this backbone, the back finger bone, I am going to create a control. That is, at the end of here I am going to create a control. Here also, for this one also one control like this. So here for this leg bone, and I will create a control like this. So 3 controls, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 controls we are going to create here. Right. Now let me select first these guys. First select this end of this bone, and then press in the right view mode only I am doing. Right orthographic view. Press E and then extrude it, and you can see it is in physical connection. See, it should not happen. So press Alt E and then clear parent. Now it has become separate. Even if I move, nothing will happen to the back finger bone. Right. Now here also, go to right orthographic, press E and then extrusion, Alt T, clear parent. You can just move it and see. Now I have to rename it to CTL finger, front finger dot L. Here back finger bone, CTL back finger dot L. Now only one control bone is remaining for this head bone. We should try to it may be difficult sometimes to identify where this bone's end is located. So we just have to move it and see, okay, this is the tail of this leg, this particular leg bone's tail. So I have to select and see, then I have to extrude it, start extruding it, and go back to right orthographic, and then press E and do like this. Now we can see that bone is little inside it. So let me just move it bit outside so that you can see it. Maybe I can place it like this only, so that now it will be easy for us to identify, or make it like this also. This is also okay, right? So now if I see it is physically connected with its parent bone, so I have to press Alt P, clear parent. Now it is separate. You can see that F2 CTL leg dot L. Right. Now, so these bones are like this one and this one and this one. They are leg controls. Right. So these 3 bones are leg controls. So we have renamed them also. Now, very important thing, after putting all the bones, we have to do one more thing. That is, we have to press A and select all of them, and then Alt roll. That is, if you see, for every bone, no, when I press N and then bring it, see here in this transform panel. This is called transform panel, right? TP transform panel. In this transform panel, if you see, it is showing not location, rotation or scaling. It is showing head, tail, radius, roll, leg, envelope, all that it is showing. So in edit mode, when you select in object mode, when you select a skeleton, okay, you are selecting the skeleton. As a whole only it will select and show. You cannot in object mode select one particular bone. You will be able to select entire family only, family of this armature. They call That family name is called armature in Blender. So in Maya it's called skeletal system or bone system, whatever. In Blender they call it armature. So as a whole only you can select in object mode. Now after selecting this family and going into edit mode, you will not see location, rotation, scaling and all. You will see only this one. See, you can see head, tail, radius, roll, length, all that you can see. So it is for, I told you, edit mode is for construction of anything. So they will show like that way. They won't show location, rotation and all. It will show like this only. That is to adjust the size of the bone. Adjust the, see, adjust and see it will, you can see that, see like this and all. These kind of manipulations you can do with this, this transform plan. So yeah, mostly we will be using this role only. You can see this role, this one, this role. So this role, this role we are going to reset. Where to reset? Armature, bone role, and then clear role. Alt R is a shortcut. Alt R. Right. Now you can see the role has become 0. You can just select every bone and see it has become 0. It should be 0. So like that. Keep going. So you can see these control bones, how it is arranged, all these things. So when I select any one single bone, any bone in this, from this hierarchy, entire hierarchy, it will show only role is equal to 0. You can see it is 0 only. Because we applied selecting all the bones, we went to armature and then bone roll, clear roll. This is the option we applied. For that, Alt R is a short form, the hotkeys. So we have to do this clear roll, and then only we should start doing the control, parenting, all that we should do. Right. So now let's go for doing the parenting between control bones. Okay, so this parenting, what we are going to do is between the control bones, not between the deform bones and and control bones. Okay, it is between, inside the control bones, who is head and who is parent and who is child. That we are going to determine. So let's go back to 3D viewport, and then I'll show you the who is parent within the family of controls. Who is a parent, who is child. So control head, I told you, that is when you select, hold someone's hip and then just grab him, the head also will come along with the spinal cord, the torso. So head should be the ultimate child of everything, the entire torso. Because if you just punch anyone, no, his head also goes along with the body. It is a child of him. So wherever the parent goes, child also goes. Here also, the head will go wherever the body goes. There is no, it can only rotate, it can turn itself, it can move upstairs, all that. That is the only limit it has. So it is very limited in movements. Okay. So head is the child of neck. So I am selecting the control head and selecting finally the control neck, and then control E in the keyboard, keep offset. Now if you see, there will be a dotted lines. You can see a dotted lines here. A dotted lines we can see here. These dotted lines we can see here. So this parent-child relationship is being established between this control and this control. Now this neck control should become the child of abdo control, because along with the abdo, neck also will follow, neck also will travel. When the abdomen is moved, neck also will move, obviously. Neck will not stay somewhere and you go, abdo you go, I will come afterwards, like that it will say. So neck also will follow the abdo only. So I'll select the neck, and then that is, neck is the child, abdo is the parent. Neck I am selecting, and then finally I am selecting the abdo, which is a parent, and control P. See, I am selecting not the D abdo, deform abdo bones I am not selecting, I am selecting the control bones. This parent-child parenting is between the controls family of controls, okay, control bones. It is not between the control bones and deform bones, it is inside the family of control bones, the hierarchy. We are doing the hierarchy. Now I am choosing keep offset. Now when I select the control neck and just press G and then move it, you can see these dotted lines here, here, and then here. So this guy has conquered this guy head, and this guy again is the slave of this guy. So like that. Right. Now this tail 2, for the tail, this tail 2 is the child of tail 1. So control P, keep offset. Now you can just check, select the control 2 and then move it and see. Okay, fine. The dotted lines are there, you can see that. Right. Now I am going to do the same parenting for the control 2, control wing 2 and then control wing 1. Control wing 2 I am selecting, and then finally selecting the control wing 1 and control P in the keyboard, keep offset. Right. You can see the dotted lines. Right. Now this wing 1 control is going to be the child of abdo control. See, when the torso is moving, torso of the bird is moving, the wing also will come along. So that same logic applies here. So I am selecting the wing control and finally selecting the control abdo and control P in the keyboard, keep offset. Now you can see the dotted lines are there. If you want, I'll switch off the shade mode. You can see that. You can see the dotted lines here. From here, it is traveling till here like this. So these parent-child relationship we are doing right now. What else we have to do is these controls we have to decide. That is, this front finger control should become the child of these two controls. These front finger control and back finger control should become the child of control leg. So he is the parent, these two guys are children. So finally selecting the control leg and then control P in the keyboard, keep offset. Right. Now you can see these dotted lines. Here it is showing the dotted lines. See, so this guy is controlling both. This guy and this guy. Because when you move the hand, the fingers also follow in the hand. So hand is a parent, fingers are slaves or children. Right. Now, so we have made this upper torso controls relationship, lower torso which are tails relationship, legs relationship, all that we have done between the controls family. Now one more bone is needed to bring all these branches, that is upper torso and lower torso, wings and then legs. All these together one guy should control, otherwise they will all be separate only. So all these guys should be controlled by one single bone. So that one single bone I am going to create, and I'm in edit mode. I'm adding a bone, add single bone, and then moving this bone and placing it here. Day before yesterday also I showed you. So here one main parent will be there, like this he will be. So you can see him how he is placed, how lengthy he is, only small length he is, but his role is very big, though he is looking so small. So I will name him as main control bone, control parent bone. Yeah, so you can see this main parent control bone. So this guy, this guy is the main parent of all these controls. So let's select this tail one, abdo control, abdo, control tail, and then main control. So for this torso, he is a controller. Control P, offset. Right. So this main parent control will control only the torso. Okay. So for legs and all complete rig, we have to create one more bone. He is called whole. I'll name him as whole only, CTL WHO only. Now, so I can select this leg and then this main control as well, and finally select the CTL whole and keep offset. Right. Now I'll go into pose mode and just move it and see this entire family of controls are coming together. Oh, sorry. Yes. This guy should not be child. This guy should be child. This leg control should become the child of this one. One second. Yeah. So now I will go to pose mode and select this control hole, CTL hole, and move it. See, entire thing is moving. There is entire control family are moving around. But deformed bones are remaining there only because we didn't yet make these deformed bones a child of these control bones. We made the parenting between the controls family, not between these two families. Okay, so so that we are going to do now. Delete this one. Now I'll go back to edit mode. Now I'm going to, okay, here I actually typed, I don't know this. I think it got undone. And save this. So now control parenting between controls family, parenting inside controls family. That is done. We are finished. Now parenting between controls and deformed bones. bones ID. Now I will save this and go back to 3D viewport. Now I am selecting this B head, that is deform bone head, and then making this a child of control head. See, now before I didn't make this a child of control, this deform bone. Now I'll just show moving it. See, it is physically connected with the neck bone. You can see that it is stretching the neck. So now, after making this a child of this control head, see what is going to happen. I'll select this head, deform head, and then CTL head, and control P, keep offset. Now I'll switch to pose mode and select the control head and press G and then move it. See, this head bone is separate, deform head is separate. Like this, we are going to do for all the bones. Like all the deformed bones are going to be taken charge by these controls. Yeah. So I'm selecting the deformed bone, selecting the control, and then control. Sorry, we should not do this in edit post mode. We should do in edit mode. So control P, keep offset. Yeah, done. Go to post mode and then select the control neck and then move it and see like this it's coming. Okay, fine. Now go back to edit mode, select the deform abdo bone, and then control abdo bone, control P, keep offset, and then pose mode, just check it, press G. You can see that these things are coming along, right? Now select the deform wing 1 in edit mode and then select the control wing 1, control P, offset, D wing 2 and then control offset. Fine. Now I go to pose mode and just move this window and see. So entire thing is coming now. Deform bones are also have started coming along with the control bones. Now this lower part also I have to do. So this deform tail bone and selecting this in edit mode and selecting finally this control bone, control P the keyboard, keep offset, this bone and this bone, control P, keep offset. Now we are going to the leg bone. Now here in this leg bone we are going to do the IK, inverse kinematics only. So in that case we don't have to do the parenting. So now let's go to pose mode and just select this bone, this parent main control parent bone, this one, and just move it and see. So entire torso control family as well as the deform bones family are all moving now. You can see that. Right. So now I will save this file. Fine. Now we are going to do the there is parent-child parenting is done. We are going to do the constraints. Right. Now let's move this also, the whole control, and just see whether they're all moving. Yeah, they're all moving, but only these bones are left. Because for these bones we are going to add the inverse kinematics. So those guys will, those things will control these guys. So, but still you have to make him the child of these deformed bones should become the child of control bones. So I'll make them directly under the control bone, control P offset. I will go to post mode and then see Let's move it and see. Yeah, entire thing is coming now. So entire rig is now one single family. Now let's add constraints. So till now we did parenting in edit mode. Now for constraints, we will be doing post mode. Right. Let's do the constraints in post mode. So let me see this file. So I'll select the deform bone first. I'll go to bone constraints in the properties. I'm in post mode. Bone constraint properties. Add constraint, bone constraint. Here, for this one, I have to add. That is, see, when I select this head, I want this guy to rotate. This head to rotate. So this, I have no business while animating about on these deform bones. Okay, while animation, I should select only these CTL bones. I have no business with deep bones. I have business only with the CTL bones. So now I am selecting any one of the CTL bone, that is especially head bone, and rotating it. The head bone is also rotating. Why? Because in edit mode we made this D bone a child of this head bone. So wherever the head bone is going to rotate or move, see, if I move this, the D bone also will move because it is a child of. Now when I move this one, this D neck should get oriented towards this bone. So only then the chain will remain a chain. The torso is like a chain, no? So suppose if you are going to grab someone's head and then just move him, the entire spinal cord will also come, right? Because it's a chain, your spinal cord is a chain. It behaves like a chain only. So any end you grab and pull, the entire chain will also follow. Huh? Right. So here also same. That chain mechanism should be incorporated into this. So for that, what tool we should use is IK tool. We have to implement here. We have to apply here. So I am applying this IK for whom I told you this. If this is going to be controlled, that is for the sake of orientation. So he is at the feet of his body should be the control. Yeah. See this control. This control should be at the feet of this control. Okay, so this bone is here, and at its feet this control is here. Like that you see for this one also. See, for the abdo, here the control. Like that. So for the legs and all, when we are doing in the further lessons, no, I'll show you for the leg and all, how, for human leg. You will understand this repeatedly when I tell you in many, for the many character reads, no, you will understand it clearly. Right. Now I'm going to apply the constraint. Now this guy need not be applied constraint. If I want to apply constraint here, at the end I should have kept the bone here, but it doesn't need. For this head bone, just selecting the control head and rotating is enough. For this guy, yeah, when I move this guy, this bone should get oriented towards it, like this. So for that, what I should do, I'm going to select this neck bone and going into bone constraint on the right side, and then IK inverse kinematics I'm choosing. Right. Now you see there is a dotted lines. You should be very careful, okay, when you apply this IK, you should be very careful. See this dotted orange color dotted lines are there. It means chain length. Here you can see the chain length option is there on the right side in the bone constraint settings. That if when I change it to 1, you see what is happening. There is only one bone, right? Here I want this chain behavior only for one bone. That is this control, this head control, when it is moving upwards, only this bone should get oriented. For this bone, this next bone, another person is there to make him orient. For only for this bone, this guy is responsible. So I am selecting this bone and then giving 1. You see immediately this orange color dotted lines will change to, see, you can see that it has changed. It is inside this one. Means what? It is only one bone. I think they can give it bit little thicker. I think it is so light. So right now, who is going to control this guy? This guy at the feet of this bone. This control head is the guy who is there. So I am going to give his name only. Target armature family as usual, and then head, control head I am choosing. Right now it has become yellow or fluorescent color. Chain length is 1. You should not forget that. Now when I select this control head and move it, you see what is happening. See, it is getting oriented. So this is what should happen. Only then we can call this a chain behavior. Right, it is coming along with the head. This neck, D neck is coming along with the D head. This is what we want. Right. Now I am going to apply this same IK for D abdo. So let's select this D abdo, go to bone constraint, IK, armature family, bone, who is a controller bone, CTL neck. Type 1 in the chain length, don't forget to type 1 in the chain length. Now press G and then move it. See, this guy is also getting oriented. So one by one, it is becoming a chain behavior. We are trying to create a chain behavior in the torso, in the spinal cord. So that's what we are doing. We are pressing, selecting the control neck and then moving it here and there. Now we are going to do the same thing here for the tail also, and I have selected this control CTL tail 2 and then rotate it. See, D tail 2. See, when I rotate this guy is rotating. So this guy is actually under the control. This D tail 2 is actually under the control. When I rotate this CTL tail 2, this D tail also rotated. Okay, fine. So who needs now the control? That is, when I move this one, this guy, this D tail 1 has to orient, like how we did here on the top, same way here also. So this guy I am selecting and then going to IK and applying the IK. Chain length is 1. Right now, armature family bone is going to be the tail 2. That is CTL tail 2. Fine. Chain length is 1. Now when I move this like this, it's fine. So this guy now is oriented. So this guy is oriented towards this. Now, so these orientations are you can say IK is finished for this torso, right? Let's go for the wings. So this guy is already controlling the wing 2 actually. See, if I rotate it, it will show the effect, right? Now, but when I move this guy is not oriented. Same thing here also we have to do. Wing 1 deform bone we should select, and then go to bone constraint, IK, armature, and then who is going to control? This guy is going to control. So CTL wing 2. CTL, just type wing 2, the CTL also will show. CTL wing 2. Yeah, now it has become fluorescent color. Now chain, don't forget to type the 1 in the chain length. Yeah, 1 it is. Now I just move it and see. Press G and then move it. See, the orientation is happening. Right. So now let's go for the legs. Now for this one there are no rotations. If I rotate this, will any effect be there? No, there is no effect. This also I'll rotate. This also I'll rotate. This one when I rotate there will be effect. See, these guys are childed to the leg bones. That is, wherever the leg moves, fingers also will move along. So that is happening now. You can see when I rotate this control leg, these control fingers are also rotating. When I move this control leg, these fingers are also moving along. Now, not just controls should move, also these deformed bones should move. So for that, let's do the constraints. First, let me select this one, that is leg bone. Go to impose mode, select the leg bone, deform leg bone, and then bone constraint IK. You can see the dotted lines here. Let it become 1 chain length. And then choose armature. Bone is which bone? This is the bone. CTL leg dot L. So leg dot L CTL. I'm choosing. Now when I just move this, you see these guys are moving. Fine. Okay. Now when I move this guy, this finger D bone also should move. So this also should be given the constraint. So I'm selecting the deformed bone back finger, and then inverse kinematics armature bone B finger chain length 1. Right. Now when I move this, it is moving. So this guy also should be given the same thing. Fine. So let's move it and see. Now when I move this, these guys are moving. Okay, we didn't make these guys child of this guy. Okay, let's go to edit mode and then make these guys child. Now when I move this, the entire leg will move. Okay, fine. When I rotate it, entire leg, this finger part will rotate. And right. Now we are in pose mode. When I move this, the entire thing will move, the entire leg will move. So left side we have done. We have named it, we have done the parenting between the controls family, inside the controls family, and between the controls and deform bones family, and we have done the constraints also between the control and deform bones. So next thing we are going to do is symmetrize the wings and symmetrize bones for wings and legs. Whichever are two in our body, that should be symmetrized. Let me save this and then go to 3D viewport. So now while selecting, we should be careful that I am not selecting the middle one, torso, because head, neck, tail, abdomen, they are all only one in our body. They are not two. They are not dual. But only wings are dual and legs are dual. So only those bones I should select. I should go to edit mode and do these works, because they are actually kind of manufacturing this. We are not. That is, we are not in post mode. We should do only the constraints and animation. In edit mode only, we are constructing, manipulating, and then symmetrizing all that should be. It's a manufacturing unit. So let's go to edit mode. So which is a factory. Now go to select box, and then select all of them. We not select everything. Yeah, it has selected. Nice. Now make any one active selector, otherwise the blender won't sense it. If all are in orange now, see all selections are in orange. You should make any one actually active. Now by just again pressing shift, and then again when you select it, it will become active selection. Right. Now I will go to armature and then symmetrize. You're watching, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to armature, symmetrize. Now you see they have all become automatically .r. Yeah. This side, same position on left side, it has mirrored on the right side also. Right. But because body is not symmetrical, the mesh is not symmetrical, you can see legs are where on this side legs are there. Here also it should be. This is right side, this is left side. Yeah, because mesh is not symmetrical, you can see the right leg is little upward, it is not on the contact with the ground. But left leg is actually contact with the right leg is not contact. So these differences are not good for mesh. But it's a process, it's a big process how to do the symmetries, all that. And that is for the mesh symmetry is a big process. I have to have a separate session for that. Now, yeah, there is 3 more sessions we have. Now, if you are willing, we can continue with further sessions also. You can pay that for the further sessions, and then we can just continue. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Sure. So, we are doing like this. Okay. Next thing is symmetrize bones for wings and legs are done, and then we have to make the control bones to curve. So let's save the file. Go 3D viewport. So now you can just move it and see the entire thing will come. Okay, it's all neatly made. When go to pose mode also, when I select only this control tool, if you want to see the name exactly, you should not feel lazy to zoom in and see it. Have a look at it. So I just have selected the whole and then moving it, entire thing is moving. One thing is missing. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Okay. So this guy is like wrongly oriented. Let's see what is it. Oh, okay. It didn't get selected. That is a problem. So let's go to edit mode. And there is no control here. That's why we should, in front view, when we are selecting, we should be very careful anything is missing or not. Additionally, this torso bones should not be selected because they are not dual. But whichever is dual, we should make sure that they are all selected. Now, because one guy is missing from the selection, that guy was not symmetrized. So now we have to symmetrize again. So let's delete these right side wing bones. Select it properly, zoom it and select it properly. Yeah, all are selected. Now let's go to armature again and then you can see the symmetrize happening like this when I keep armature symmetrize. Now you can see all are. Oh, this guy is not really. I don't know why he's so. Let's see why this guy is not getting symmetrized. Right, now let's make these control bones. So I have switched on again the names of the bones so that you can see it. If it is too bigger, I will increase the size of the font by typing here in the preferences in interface 1.1 something. They all become small. Right. Right. So let's make them circles. I'll go to object mode, add curve Bezier circle. Yeah. So in object mode, I have created a circle. So with this circle, he's a kind of this one guy, this Bezier circle will make all control bones as circles. One second. Yeah. So let's make these controls circle. I have selected the entire skeleton in the object mode. Now I go into pose mode. See these making the circles now, making these controls as circles. Why we are doing it? Because we want to have some difference. That is all our bones, like, right? Deformed bones also bones, controls also bones, rig bones also bones. Rig bone here it is not there because in human only in human rings we will have the chance to add it. So control bones we have deformed. If all are looking like the same form, no, we will feel a bit difficult while selecting. That is, animator will feel difficult while selecting. So he wants that in the visual form. He wants a differentiation. That okay, these are controls, whichever are appearing in the form of circles, mesh, or curves. They are for me to select and then do the animation. Those deformed bones, they are I am not supposed to select them and animate it or do anything. I have no business with the bones. I have only business only with the curves. Like that, we should differentiate them. Though actually their form is bones. The controls also they exist in the form of bones, but it must be displayed as curves only for the animators to select and animate. So we are trying to change. For that, we have taken in object mode we have taken a circle, like a kind of what instancer. This circle will infect all the control points and make them also circles. So how? Yeah, I will show you that. I am selecting this skeletal system, going into pose mode. I will select uh, this head first. I'll just show you. Altogether we can actually do, but still for the head I can show you. So I'm selecting this head control head, and then going into bone properties in the properties editor. I'll just extend this a bit. Yeah. Now you can see this guy is appearing as bone only. Control head is appearing as a bone only. This guy now is going to change to a curve form. Okay. Now, so in the bone properties there is a option called under the viewport display. Okay, under the viewport display there is an option called custom object. I am selecting it here and then choosing the Bezier circle. You see what is going to happen on the left side in the viewport. When I click the Bezier circle, see what is happening. It has become a circle. It does turn into a circle. So this is how we should do it. It is very simple to do. So for all of these guys also we should do. At once we can do it. We will not select each one of them and do separately. We will not do that. All controls we should select at once. We can do it. So make sure you are selecting only the controls. You should be very careful. That is why we are naming it and displaying the name also there, so that we don't get confused which one is deform bone, which one is control bone. So all control bones I am selecting and making it a circle. So I think I have selected all the controls. This one also there. The whole control is also there that I have selected. This main parent control, that is also should be selected, and then now I'll press Alt in the keyboard, because in multi if you want to do in Blender anything, you have to press hold Alt and then go to this custom object and then choose the Bezier circle. See, all have become the circles, turned into a circle. Now we have to altogether we can just do the scaling. That is, for this you should not do the scaling here, okay, for the circles. It is only for the animators to do the animation only, not for manipulating the size and all. So here only we should do viewport display under the inside the proper bone properties. Under the viewport display only you should scale these circles also. So again I am pressing Alt, because in multi I want all the circles to become small. I am pressing the Alt and then selecting the scale XYZ altogether, and then see again altogether I can scale it down, up, scale it up and down. So like that I am scaling it down. Then individually I can, whichever I want, I can scale it up. Okay. So I have scaled it down to 0.4, 0.4, 0.4 in XYZ inside the viewport display custom shape. Now for this guy, I am going to make this guy a bigger. I am not pressing Alt and all, just left mouse button I am using. I am selecting this guy And this guy should be careful that you are selecting only the controls, not the bones. And deformed bones you are not selecting. 1 second. So now I am doing it in alt, multi. So I am pressing alt and then increasing it like this. So I think these sizes are okay. It should not be so big so that no, you cannot identify it. If it is too big, no. So it will be like confusing. So it should be a bit smaller. Based on the convenience of the animator, he can also do that. If he wants to make it bigger, you can just teach him that you can go to this viewport display inside the drone properties, and whichever controls you want to whatever size you can make it yourself. Like that you can tell it and come off. So let's go back to the object mode and select this instance set, that is whoever from whom all these the actual Bezier circle, that one we can delete actually. You can better select in the outliner and then delete it, because you may select any these things and then delete it. You should not do that. So go to outliner, whichever is named the Bezier circle, that you should select and delete in object mode. Yeah. So now we have done this there is still we have done in the making the control goes to curves, that what we have done. Now we have to do the envelope. Fine. So now when it comes to envelope mode, in Maya if you see, we will have to select only the deform modes. There is no, in Maya there is no object mode, edit mode, pose mode. Edit mode is there for only for object it is there. That is for vertices, we call it components, vertices, edges and faces. So for that edit mode kind of thing, another component mode we call it in Maya. So component mode is there. But for bones in Maya, we call it skeletal system. For that in Maya there is no edit mode where we can manipulate. So all are only in one mode. Whether we are doing applying constraints, all in one mode only, object mode only. Parenting, constraints, enveloping, everything will be doing animating all in one mode. So here if you see, they have differentiated like you should do the enveloping in the object mode. So it's so easy here in Blender that you just have to select the entire armature family and select the mesh. Sorry, first select the mesh and then armature family, so that armature family will become the active selection, yellow color selection. The mesh will be in orange color selection. And then you have to press Control P and you have to choose the with automatic weights. This one, this is the option you have to choose. If you want, I will increase the size. So Control P, you can see that it is under the armature deform, third one, automatic weights. This is the option you are going to apply. But before that, you have to tell the Blender that only these bones, that is I will select the skeleton, that is armature, and then go into pose mode and I will select, see these guys are deform bones, right? That's why I have named him deform. Yeah. I will just select all these guys, these deform bones, only deform bones carefully without selecting the control bones. I think I will select all the deform bones. Now I am going to make this a collection. There is an option called collection here in the armature properties, data properties. That is, for the bone we have this armature properties, data properties. In that we have something called bone collections. Just go there, you will see these selection sets. Like how we have collections here, we can create another collection here. That is, if you have like how you create folder audio files, you create audio. For audio files, no, you create a folder in my computer naming it audio files. For video files, you will create another folder naming it video files, and put those only video files into that folder, video files folder. Audio files into the audio files folder. Same way here also collection. Okay, so here also this bones collection also same concept applies. So I have selected only the deformed bones. I will create one more selection set, that is collection set plus symbol, and then name it as deformed bones. Assign. Right. Yeah. Now I will select only the control bones. Now I will select only the control bones. See? Select only the control bones. See, the thing is a bit tedious only. You have to do all these things. It's like time consuming work. Yeah. But you will enjoy it actually. Once you do that, no, you will enjoy it. This, once you know it, you know the results you are going to taste. So for that you will definitely work. You will not feel tired. So now I have selected only the curves, control bones, CTL curves. Now I am going to add another selection set in the bone collections, plus symbol, rename it as CTRL bones or circles. Assign. Now you see, I will just hide it on the right side, deform bones. This hide icon is there, visibility icon is there. I am switching it off and on. So you can see only the controls, because animators need not see the deform bones. They need only the control bones, and they'll just rotate it all that way. They will just rotate it, animate it. Here they will right click it and then animate it. Right click, insert keyframe. All that they will do only for these circles. Okay, they don't have any business with the deformed bones, which is this one. They should not disturb it at all. So that is why we are hiding it, because by chance they may select. See, when they are selecting, no, they will select like this. See how irresponsibly they do select like this, because they don't know the rigorous job. They don't know that these things should not be selected. Only these circles are given for them to select, not the deformed bones. Right? So they don't know that. So we should hide from them. Otherwise, they by default they will with their impulse, no, in their hurry they just select it, then move it like this. Everything is gone. That's all. So only even when you are going to animate it, once your business with the deformed bones are finished, you should hide it. You should create the selection set or collection set in the bone collections and then hide it and deal only with the controls when you are animating. So now I told you that before enveloping in object mode only we should do the envelope. We should select the mesh and then finally select the skeletal structure armature family, that is, and then control P. We should choose the armature deform automatic weights. We should choose. Okay, but before that we should do this one. What? Go to post mode and select the control circles, all the control circles in the collection set what we have created, and we should switch off the deform option. Yeah. Press Alt and then switch off the deform. Now you see, when I select the circle, all deform is switched off. You can see deform is switched off. So only for these bones the deform should be on. Deform bones, deform should be on. That is why the name is deform bones. Now we have switched off the deform option for the control bones. Now we can go, no problem, we can just envelop the mesh, bind the mesh to the skeleton, that is armature. So selecting the mesh, finally selecting the armature, and Control P, armature deform. Under the armature deform, choose the automatic weights. Now I told you that only in pose mode we should do the animation, and just go to pose mode. I told you that we should not by mistake also, we should not select the deform bone, only the controls bones should be selected. So I am carefully selecting the control bone, and then this control circle and rotating it. See, now the bird is yeah. The bend all that it will take care. There is weight also is there. So if I see, you can see that. So for beak also we should put the bones and all, but it takes long time for the beak. We should create one more. Like the many things or whatever detail you want to do, no, you can put the controls wherever you want. It is based on the shot. See, if in the shot there is the bird is going to fly in the distance, so you don't need the beak and all. Only when it's going to be in close-up, you have to add bones to the beak, and it will show some action. The animator will do the action for the beak. It will cause some sound it will emit. In that case, you have to have the bones controls for the beak. Otherwise, if you are going to show the birds flying in the distance in your camera, in that case, you don't even need these many bones actually. Just this wing, for wings 2 bones, and torso, upper torso 1 bone, and lower torso 1 bone, and legs, that's all. So then if it is going to be in this case, but generally at least these bones we should draw, and for a decent rate it should be this amount of bones should be there, this amount of work should be done. So this is like when I move this, you can just, this is what exploration I told you. The selecting the controls and moving it, how it behaves, all that. Okay, this is how it is. And you have to move it. Okay, this control is responsible for the entire torso to be moved. This control is responsible for the leg to be moved. Okay, like that. This control is for the finger to be moved. Like that. Like that you have to. If you don't want to see these bones, no, deformed bones, I told you you have to go to armature, and then there these bone collections we have created. Just visibility switch off, only control bones you will see. You can just maybe can see. So if you want to rotate this control neck and together the control head also, you can see. And we should not move it too much, it should be little limited only. We should not try to move this too much. We should limit ourselves. We are responsible for that. We should not keep the head too long like this. We should have that limit. So yeah. So for this for these wings we have to rotate and can see like this. See. Like this. You are seeing, no? You are looking at. So like this we have to do. And you can see that in the transform panel they are all in zeros. It should be like that only. Because only then you can come back to this same pose, gym pose or T pose or default pose we can call it. So this default pose whenever you want to come back, you can just type for any control, no? And just select all the controls and type zeros, it will come back. Like if I have moved, no, all the controls like this zigzag, see, I'm just moving like this, this one I'm moving like this, this one I'm moving like this, all that I have moved. Okay, I'll select all the curves. When you are doing this thing, when you are pressing A and then selecting all the controls, make sure that you have hidden the deform bones for good. Because otherwise the deform bones also will get selected. So you will move all of them or put 0 here. So always hide once the deform bones things are business is finished. Now you have selected only the control circles in the bone collection and making all of them back to 0 here in the transform panel rotation. I'm pressing alt and then going, pressing hold alt and then sliding and selecting the rotation XYZ. Now typing zeros. Okay, it's not doing that. Okay, I didn't rotate them, I have moved it. So here only numbers are there, here all are zeros already. So here I have to select and then 0 will come back. That's it. Right. So text, we have to have this. So before enveloping, you have to create the collections, bone collections in armature properties. What those bone collections are: CTLS bone collections and deform bone collections. So two collections, two different collections, so that you can switch off the visibility from it. So after doing this, enveloping, select the mesh first in select the mesh first in object mode and finally select skeletal seal, that is armature, apply envelope or automatic wheels, you can say, or say automatic wheels. And sorry, this is not coding, it's just a text file. It's also used as a coding, but we need Blender is having everything, no? So they have added this also. It's very easy for us to convey whatever we want to convey. We need not have a separate notepad file in that. Inside the inside the it is there here only. See, in the editors you will see text editor. It's a notepad only. So they have named it text edit. So you go back to viewport and then make sure that you are saving it. It is a bird ring or something. Yeah, do the same way. Save it. Go back to 3D viewport. And so if you, whenever you want to rotate it, you can rotate it like this. Okay. So you have to explore the controls and then start doing the animation poses. I told you, for animations we have certain things in Notepad only. I showed you, that is posing, timing, that is fixing the period and duration, and then adding breakdowns and in betweens, and then that is, those things should be done in the graph editor and loop sheet, like that. You will know that when you are doing. That is why I wanted to have a few more sessions, additional sessions. This apart from the 50, we need more sessions. So in that we can see little bit of shading also, and little of jewelry modeling, bit advanced only, but still we have to see those things. And then these rigged also, these rigs, because it's a bit advanced what I've shown you, but still you can do it. I believe that. Rhino, okay, okay. There are many softwares. Many softwares are very high. Yeah, yeah. See which company is having money to buy.